Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That is me, the Babbler. That is me on this evolutionary, revolutionary high of an uprise at this time. And so, I don't know what I'm doing, guys, but I feel compelled to be here. And so, the Oracle deck that has been calling out to me today to do a video for is the Oracle of the Mermaids Oracle. I was going to do a little pick a card. What is your current advice for whatever it is that you are currently experiencing at this time? It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's love, career, relationships, spirituality, friendships, general advice just about wherever you are energetically right now. I was gonna have you pick 1, 2, 3, but you know me, it's cookie dough season. So what I am instead going to do, because I feel drawn to not only this deck, but my Spirit Song Tarot and my Conscious Spirit Oracle. So either way, I don't know what is transpiring here. I am kind of, and I also picked up my Sea Train, what are these things called? There's so much happening all over the plains of, like, you know, everywhere. And I've just been on high emotional, but not emotional. I don't want to say it's emotional. It's just been very intense. Because although I have expressed emotion and I have felt emotion and I have purged and understood to understand and to overstand certain levels of emotion that is also being purged through the collective and my participation in that, and being able to feel so intensely and deeply that it's been rough and tough, you know. So I don't know, maybe this will mean something for somebody, but here we are with my little pen. What is this? Pen? Where are we? Because I have a little mat here that has a bunch of stuff. I know, better recording equipment, guys, but alright, something with Monday, Tuesday, whatever. Okay, so the Oracle of the Mermaids deck, like, what is your spirited guidance, advice, message, wisdom, insights? What guide, mentor, trustworthy ally here on your Oracle of the Mermaids deck? What message can be presented to you if you find yourself here? How about a little bit of vulnerability, intense vulnerability, and being receptive to that and allowing stuff like that to be experienced through you. And it's a tough one too, because you're going through the cycle of it alone. Also a message of decluttering, cluttering out, getting rid of the old, making way for the new, living symbolic too. The sacrifice that's being made at this time, and the sacrifice that might be being made is in turn, ooh, I'm getting high. Okay. The sacrifice being made is more of a I'm trying to read this. Not acting or reacting or participating or repeating something, anything, behaviors, actions, non-actions, not falling into the same cycle of repeats. Or of doing something that is just easier to do. Like nothing is easier to do. Like, I'm just going to take a nap. That's just a poor example, but it is an example because it could be very much your example. It could be like, I'm supposed to be doing this project right now, and instead I'm going to go take a nap. That's easier for me to do than to deal with what it is that I must now complete and get done with full clarity, with full alignment. It's now the acting in, acting out, the sacrifice being made, the better judgment being executed. Like it's like liking someone or having a test on Friday and going out Thursday night. The sacrifice of, you know what, I'm going to be responsible this time and not participate in something that's easy for me to do because it's, you know, like, so anything that is currently like, let's put it on silent because then starts ringing. So the sacrifice is maybe even in the wanting that you might be feeling, of wanting something that is easy now for you to grasp, grab, have, all in the palms of your hands, and taking that step back. It's like that extra piece of cake. Like, oh, I already had some, and so I'm going to resist and not eat this piece because it's so good. Or just drink another more coquito. It's like me making batches and batches of coquito, and the sacrifice, if this were to be my sacrifice, I'm just saying that no more coquito for you. The sacrifice is in the discipline of the action taking place because you cannot go to work intoxicated. You know, that kind of thing. I don't like to call this work because this is something that I love to do. And it's actually, I guess so. I love what I do what I love. This coquito is delicious. No, like, seriously, it's like delicious. Anyway, so what advice do we have? What guidance do we have for you at this time? I'm getting vulnerability, strong receptivity, like allowing yourself to be vulnerable, even when it's still not clear, even when it's still absolute, even when it's still risque. You know what I mean? Risque. Even when it's riskies. Whoa. Oh, okay. So telepathy. Ooh, a bunch of cards fell. So here we go. Nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, mind reading. The connection you are having within yourself, but also with another. Okay. Coral's wisdom, colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. Coral's wisdom, the time that it takes to put into whatever it is that you're putting into, the that you do, understanding the fragile, the delicacy that it is at the state of the beginning pieces. It's so, you know, when you see people and you congratulate them for making a success of something that they put energy into. So you come in at this other point of where it's congratulatory for them. Like, it's like, congratulations. But prior to that congratulations, there was a whole buildup of this congratulations you're congratulating them for. There was this whole dedication, this fragile piece of non-tangible thing that was envisioned, and it was so fragile because it's not here in 3D. And so the steps taken, the discipline taken, the practice, the sacrifice, the the time taken, look at time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals, the rituals that you set, the spells that you speak, the rituals that you create. That means the work that you do. Okay? And I hear in the realms of the heart too. This is not just career based, but this is anything. Energy is in everything. And however you're going to take this to apply this, just understand that you can apply this in any avenue, arena of your world, of your life. The unseen, too much is hidden from you. So still, that's what it means. Okay, so like the vulnerability that's happening, allowing for your integration to be taking place individually, that's contributing to a collective. Fine, granted, let's get off that plane of existence, because right now it's about you. It's about your part in this bigger, like you're that drop in the ocean that's filling the ocean, though. You know what I mean? And so that drop needs to drop and drip. Even though the ocean is so, whoa, the ocean, so many things unseen, it's scary. But there's a leveling of telepathy to happening. You see, in the heart chakra within oneself, connection between, you see, I always say you have to be the best lover with yourself first. You want the love, you want the relations, you want the intimacy, you want that partnering. But first and foremost, seriously, if you want it as harmonious as can be, if not, when you partner with other people, whether it be intimately or, in a love relationship or friendship or a business partnership, however ship that you're creating, this ship, wherever you are on your journey in your heart space too, is going to determine the levels of, turbulence or challenges that you will meet, because there's always going to be challenges and turbulence in anything and everything, because whenever anything is created, its opposite exists altogether already. So like, it doesn't mean that that you're going to be hit instantaneously with the polarity, but yet in a minuscule form of inner layering of like operational systems, of this multidimensional layering of systems of existing and within this universe and stuff like that, that you actually are met with its polarity instantaneously, whether you accept the polarity or not. Either way, so when something exists regardless if you acknowledge its presence or not. You know what I mean? So like, that goes just like, that's just quantum deep. But this is not about that. So yeah, so this leveling of like vulnerability that is integrating within our systems, that are allowing us each individually to contribute to the drip drop 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 drip 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 drop 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 of this ocean, and non-stop, that is collective, that is gathering in, and we're all feeling the effects of this. Our rituals are being highlighted at this time, and that's going to determine a lot for your tomorrows. So taking the look at, I like how she's like reflecting. See, fine, maybe this is about love for some of you. See, this is a lot. You gotta remember, this is a general read of a collective seed that's just ejaculating free, with corals of wisdom, these seeds that are just, being created. Everything is still at a delicate creation point, because you can put this to the side. It's not like stabilized yet. It's integrating. And so the habits you create now in this most turbulence, this most intense feeling that you have to deal with and channel through, filter through, transmute to, upsurge, implode, the download of upload, and just, blow, woosa. Okay, because that's what happens nowadays when you're living mindfully this way. We got to get into this oracle sway of a spray your own sage onto this page. You know what I mean? I know I get poetic. Stay with me. But either way, this delicacy that's occurring at this time, this delicate matter, because you can shelve this project still. Get what I mean? It's not like it's building traction, but you got to keep up with the momentum. And there's a lot of that will create hiccups. And you don't want that. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to experience that. And it doesn't mean that when you do, you revert back to the old conditioned viewpoint of non-delivering the actions that are intact with your current alignment. You know what I mean? So, yes. Okay, fine. Let me get it. Ooh, coquitos. Oh, it would make my hair sticky. Then I'll be smelling like coquitos in my hairs. Fine. This one wants to speak on love. I was trying to get off the love because everybody's always in search of this love. And I just feel that it's so redundant because there's still something missing for those that seek. And they keep seeking, wanting, and trying to like not want, but yet want. And it just grows because hello, there's so many things unseen in this thing. There's been a lot of oceanic spells and rituals over centuries of time that have existed before your actual conditioned life that you think you're having at this time. This experience so divine. But you've been alive many a times from before. Oh, the unseen world of everything that you have been, that you are unveiling by far. Oh, there has been a lifetime of you existing too, calling out to whom? Have you been calling for something more? This soul call life, gifting sight, and allowing you to tap into the Akashic field of remembrance. You see, mermaid are we, mermaid folk. You see, diving into the sea of this wisdom that we do speak. Oh, it's coming up, you see. It's coming up so deep within me to see my part that I have played. Oh, I'm alchemizing in every kind of way. Okay, what can I say? There are more things left unseen to me that is unraveling, unveiling itself to me. Oh, the telepathy is so deep. Hearts have been putting in rituals and spells. They love to tell. They awaken one more time on this earthly ride, and they're like, I call out my lover so divine at this time, for this has been going on for a long time. A long time. Your soul, your higher self, has been talking to you for forever and ever. Infinite are shooting stars coming into awareness of a sea. The sea is free, but here we are chained to the imagery of so many things we have conditioned ourselves over time. Fine. You guys still want to hear about love? Still want to be here about love? What about the tales from Atlantis, you see? Oh, the mermaid folks and us and we. But fine, I'll read to you about telepathy. Telepathy. Okay? Nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, mind reading. Once you could all speak without a sound being made, and the sounds you did make were sacred, purposeful, full of intent. Now we hear you speak and speak, say nothing, using air to create sounds to fill a void. But none of you understanding the hearts of others as well as you might. When you begin to reconnect with the sea and the shore and the creatures that swim and breathe in two worlds, you will begin to understand all people and beings' communications without the words you love to use and use and use. There can be immediate empathy, transparency, all can be seen, and so all was there, open, available to be known. When you were a Lemurian, you spoke without words, with your energy, and you communicated with your energy all of the time. Lemurians could telepathically broadcast messages across vast distances and were often linked via a silver cord of energy that would flow from the solar plexus through to the other beings' energy systems. These cords plugged in across the miles, oceans, continents, solar systems, and galaxies. Hair, body, hairs, and skin, organs, every cell within every Lemurian was sensitive and tuned in. Many of your indigenous people, of whom you are, of course, one, know the power of their hair. In Lemuria, hair was like a receptor. Hair received information from far away, and each strand could unfurl and live quite independently. It's a function of your DNA deactivation tragedy that you now have incapacitated. Your own ability to receive messages. Instead of this immense interconnection being overwhelming, as it would be if you connected with everyone around you in your daily life in this way today, in Lemuria, it resulted in feelings of fullness, love, satisfaction, and connection. Now, in this lifetime, these ancient abilities you once possessed are returning. Be open to receive the beauty of the abundance, the seed that you are. Beautiful. Yes. Now, in this lifetime, these ancient abilities you once possessed are returning. You are now beginning to comprehend and understand subtle energy, and you are able to see and read auras, telepathically communicate, and sometimes even know what will take place in the future. If you receive this card, you may be one of the people who feel lost when it comes to words, or less open to have conversations as they seem to never express what it is you feel so deeply. You prefer to let your energy shine through and speak for you. Many people are labeled with medical terminology if they are silent, when in fact they are constantly communicating, just in ways that are much more advanced, subtle yet ancient. They are open-energied and communicate effectively, are in harmonious attunement with animals, plants, crystals, and song, more so than with conversation and the jousting, competitive turn much of that can take. You may also find yourself connecting telepathically with memories stored in crystals, trees, and sacred sites. You too can connect with your telepathy and true wisdom by connecting with these sacred spaces, crystals, and trees. Huge bodies of water like the Pacific are brimming with energies and memories, and you are one who can read them and who can speak the language of energy. Beautiful. Okay? I love it. Alright, Coral's wisdom. One more. Oh, how we love these tiny beings who gather and create Poseidon's castles and caves of wisdom. Their intricate underwater towers of red, gold, and softest pinks have taken over thousands of your human years to create, and yet you destroy them. And yet they offer you so much. Their healing powers are so strong, and they can help all of us, including we mermaids of the present time, connect back to Atlantis, back to Lemuria. They are an ancient living storehouse of memories and wisdoms and collective consciousness of life itself on this planet. Why else would Buddha make coral one of the 7 sacred treasures? For he found it restored his tranquility and serenity even under the most challenging of circumstances. Why else would Poseidon request a coral to create castles for the merfolk to dwell within and learn from, a living building, a wisdom temple that was truly alive? In your Greek mythology, it is said that the coral was formed from the blood falling from Medusa's severed head, and this is reflected in the Greeks' name for red coral, Georgia. So it holds her blood, the energy of the most ancient ones, even after they have seemed to pass. Your sailors learned from us that preserving the coral could ease the stormy seas, and then we shared that the coral's protective powers could help safeguard the children and create a fertile world. But you misunderstood and you took the coral. They give to you so often as they wash up in the shore, but you begin to take it, and then you polluted the waters, and now her life is threatened. Please, although you hunger for her beauty, do not purchase harvested coral. The ocean needs her libraries, her temples, her castles of wisdom. Please do know where your coral is coming from. The very best piece of all is a small piece washed up on the shore for you. It will carry such strong energy, and is even more precious because the sea offered her to you. It is said by some the mermaids shared some precious corals with seamen they loved to protect and bless them against sea storms and drowning. However, today it is no longer we mermaids choosing human farmers have depleted the red coral of the Mediterranean to dangerously low levels. If you do have a piece of this soon-to-be endangered item, please treasure it, respect it, and do something to give back to the coral beings who are now protecting you with their beautiful, strong moon blood energy. It can banish nightmares and brings us through an emotional crises by guiding us to calmer shores and clearing muddy waters. We have recommended coral for people with bone issues. Coral has an incredibly high level of calcium, and some forms are very hard and strong. It also can increase the very health of your bone marrow, and it is a boon to women of all ages. Every year, coral smugglers take thousands of dollars worth of this precious substance from land to land and sell the bones of the sea mother, without which she cannot live. If you do purchase coral, please know the source of the coral you are using. Forgive the alarm outside, but coral's on a endangered species rise, so just take note of the alarm that's going off at this time. If you do purchase coral, please know the source of the coral you are using and be sure to give back to the coral reefs in some form. The mother needs her coral to live. They are often called the canaries of the ocean. As any ill health, we can learn so many interesting and fascinating things from all walks of life, you know. Never be so closed off to not thinking that you know everything, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know this about coral, and I'm learning about this right now as I even read this to you. And even though I intuitively interpreted this message that's coming on many multidimensional levels of existence, life speaks in various ways. And I love being open to the wisdom of that kind of like day, you know, a rain. Coral as a magical talisman to enhance beauty and to ensure protection has long been used. Tune into the coral and see which color comes to you to know what messages these precious tiny creatures are communicating to you. Each coral family has particular qualities, and each region has an energetic signature that is unique. To tune into your coral, read the list below and then simply hold your coral in the receiving hand. So, red coral prevents bleeding. It's wonderful for the menstrual cycle and for women who are going into their crone years, menopausal. Red coral also heals wounds and makes people strong. Blue coral can prevent illness and disease developing, restores balance to the body, restores balance to the body, the soul, emotions, and spirit. Golden coral, this beautiful rare coral brings abundance and great good fortune. Black coral banishes negative energies from your body, your bones in particular. Black coral can assist in banishing disease and in aiding people with osteoporosis. Angel skin coral, this beautiful soft pink coral can be worked with to prevent and to ease skin conditions such as psoriasis, eczema, and sensitive skin and eyes. It also helps with sinus issues, acne, and increases and stabilizes liver function. Hi, beautiful. What happened, my Shivas? Okay, say hi to Shivas. No? Okay. White coral. Pure rebirth. A time for transformation. Allowing yourself to change and develop once again. Love that is unconditional and kind. White coral can also be used to program and store energies. So that was very interesting and fascinating. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That is I'm Miss Evolutionary High, and this is Shiva, guys. Say hi. Say hi, my Shivas. You want to say hi? No? But say, show everybody your sad eyes. Alright, no? Okay. So, Can I go? What? Alright, so thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check out my blog, enchantingbabble.blogspot.com. Also, stay tuned for news and my update with my website that's currently being worked on at this time. So there have been some changes in that. We'll update you on that once all of that is done. And then you can also follow me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS, the one and only. This is Shiva. You thought she was a girl. She was a girl. She was a girl. She's one of my twins. Her and Andromeda are twins. Alright, so are we here? And we're good. Also, anything that you need for me or with me, if you want to work one-on-one with me, you can check out all my information in the description box below. Also, you don't need to do any of these kind of things. Tuning into this channel is absolutely like wonderful enough as it is. So I thank you for participating in that kind of way. Yeah, also declutter in every kind of way that you can. Alright, namaste.